Today I wanted to discuss something a subscriber had asked, and it was, do you think that Mark Wahlberg is all natural? Okay, so I said, oh, well, geez, that'd be interesting to cover that, and maybe some of the Hollywood guys. So I'll get into Mark Wahlberg, The Rock, just a few different things, see what people think, and just shed some light on the industry in Hollywood and what have you. Okay, so, of course he's not natural. Are you kidding? Mark Wahlberg? Oh my goodness. It's like I get a lot of people that actually ask me if I think that The Rock is natural. The Rock! I mean, like, seriously? What's next? Is Hulk Hogan natural? I mean, like, seriously, people. Is Jeff Nippard really natural? So those of you who don't know, Jeff Nippard has over 1 million followers on YouTube. He's very, very well known. He has extremely great video editing and knowledge. He then later got more and more popular. And of course, once you're more popular and people see your physique, they start wondering, are you natural or not? He turned natural pro, so he won a drug-tested event, turned pro, competed as a pro, and in the natural organizations, and did pretty good. He's passed drug tests before, and so there's no reason to be like, well, he must not be natural, okay? So, what do I think? I think he's natural. I don't think he's used anything. Okay, so first of all, let's get this out of the way. Do I think that Dana Lynn Bailey is natural? Of course she's not natural. She's the physique Olympia champion. Steve Cook, is he natural? That is the #1 question I've been getting lately. So, is Steve Cook natural? 100% not natural. Not Natty debunked. Now, those of you saying, well, what are you saying that, Greg, you're not natural? I openly admit I am not natural. Coach Greg, and today I am going to discuss with you Christian Guzman and whether or not he is natural or enhanced. I'm really sick and tired of everyone thinking that just because somebody looks better than them, that they can't do it themselves. I think he's 100% natural. Do I know for sure that he's not on anything? No. Does anyone know? No, only him. Coach Greg, and I'm here to talk to you today about Shawn Rez. I had a subscriber write and ask me, is this guy natty or not? He sent me a picture and I'm like, holy shit, check out this dude. Looks like Thor. He's got the crazy beard and the dude is ripped and jacked. He looks amazing. He has some smaller legs, but man, the upper body is insane. Before I get into it, this is my opinion on what I think about him. I don't know if it's true. I don't know him. I've never met him. I don't have any association with him. However, I agree with almost everything that he says about how to diet and eat. So I think that's awesome. All right, let's dive right into it. He's not natural, zero natural. No possible natural ounce of muscle in his body. Not possible, okay? Coach Greg, and today I'm going to answer the question, is Tristyn Lee natural or is he not natural? I have ace. I only have an 89% chance of winning, 11% chance I might lose. I have ace. I'm going all in. I'm betting it every time. Doesn't mean every time I'm right, but 89% of the time I'm taking the pot. In this case, 89%, he's natural. Coach Greg, and today I'm going to answer the question, was Keone natural up until this year? Therefore, he's 100% was not natural before when he said he was natural. The proof is in the pudding here. Coach Greg, and today we will be answering the questions, are Mike O'Hearn and Mike Thurston really actually natural or are they enhanced? Okay. All right. So let's start with Mike O'Hearn. Of course he's not natural. Does anyone still think he's natural? Is there even one person on earth that thinks this guy's natural? I mean, he's less natural than The Rock. What are we guys even talking about? Why are people asking me, is Mike O'Hearn natural? So, if I had to bet, like my life depended on it, I would say Mike Thurston has used something at some point in small amounts at some experimental stage. But do I think he's natural? For the most part, yes. I know that he at least could be natural. There's no proof that he's not natural. Coach Greg, and today I'm going to be sharing you my opinion on Jeff Cavalier. Most likely have heard of this guy, Athlete X. He has over 8 million followers. That is insane. So this guy, arguably the most popular fitness website. You can go on YouTube to get information about training, diet, nutrition, and so forth. I've had hundreds, if not thousands, of messages in total asking, is he natural? Is he not natural? I want you to describe it. What do you think? Do you agree, disagree with what he says? And so, and to just see him in a t-shirt, you're not going to be like, wow. I honestly looked at him. I'm like, what are these people saying? Steroids. I'm like, he doesn't have hardly any muscle. But it's like he's wearing a shirt. When he's flexing out of the shirt, it's like, okay, now you see why they think it, because his muscles are quite ripped and he has a really good physique. The guy is passionate about fitness and health. He has this YouTube channel, millions of followers. He trains all the time. He's studies, he's intelligent, he knows what to do. So you gotta think, somebody with really good genetics that puts their heart and soul into training and really cares can do this. Coach Greg, and today, a natty or not video on ever popular Matt Does Fitness. This guy is extremely popular now. I'm going all in that he's not natural. Coach Greg, and today I will be answering the question is, and forgive me if I say this name wrong because I say everyone's name wrong, is Uzoma Obilor, a Gymshark athlete, natural or is he not natural? So that's why I said Uzoma is likely natural, because he was so impressively built at an early age. He's got that mesomorph physique, the kind that adds muscle easily. Coach Greg, and I'm here to bring you the most requested, by far, video of the week. David Lade, is he natural or is he enhanced? Okay, I've had literally more than 200 requests for this video alone. By far, the most requested videos are natural or not videos. I have more requests for this guy than everyone else put together. If he was natural and he took something, he would become stronger than Larry Wheels. It's just not possible. No. The guy was a skinny twig with no muscle. He doesn't have a body as a young age that would be likely to build muscle as he gets older. He then trains and slowly gets a bit of muscle. Then at age of 17, suddenly gets gynecomastia, and then his lifts go through the roof in powerlifting. Through the roof to the point that he's outlifting world-level powerlifters. But yet he's not even competing. And he does so not with a muscular, huge build at like a short height, but at a lanky kind of shredded look. Like at 6% body fat and tall and thinner, he's lifting world champion level lifts. It's overwhelming, the chances that it's not really true that he would be natural. Gynecomastia, ridiculously strong, incredibly shredded, building muscle all the time. I mean, it's just, the problem is people want to believe that this is natural and possible because they would like to be able to do it themselves too. It gives hope for all these, you know, these young kids that have no muscle, and they're like, well, if I work out hard, I can gain 50 pounds of muscle too in a couple of years. Coach Greg, and today I will answer the question definitively. Is Sawyer Klatt, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, natural or is he not natural? I'm going to go in detail as to why I think he's 100% natural. I do not think he's touched any kind of enhancement whatsoever. Doesn't need to. And some of you are going to write, yeah, but you said that David Layne did 700, didn't it? Coach Greg, and today it's a natty or not video on Michael Jordan. But not the basketball guy, the basketball god, Michael B. Jordan, who played his most famous roles as being in Creed and as the villain in that Black Panther movie. So how did he gain muscle 3 times faster than me with good genetics? Natural. Because he's not natural. Coach Greg, and today's video is about Henry Cavill. Whether or not his physique is natural or enhanced. He's the same as Superman. There's no improvement, there's no change, there's no reason to think he took anything. In conclusion, he is natty. Kaboom, natty. Superman is natty. That's attainable. Okay, also, they want to know if he's natty or not. So I'm going to explain in detail, why is this guy natural or not natural? What do I think? He's natural. This guy is not that impressive at all. He's got a great build. Yeah, better than 98% of people, but not like he can't achieve it natural. He trains all the time. He's dedicated. He's serious about it. Coach Greg, and today it's all about Kumail Nanjiani. Man, I hope I said that right. This guy made the most impressive body transformation I've personally ever seen in my life in a year. Ever in my life. It's incredible. So I'm going to go into everything. If he's natty or not. Is he natural? 0 to the infinity % chance that he's natural. Oh, FYI, this guy is natural too, by the way. He is. He's not overly crazy. I would do a natty or not thing. I think he is natural. Coach Greg, and today I have something different. It's a natty or not video. And it's not on a Gymshark athlete. It's not even on a movie star. It's on Grandma Josephine. No, not really on Grandma Josephine. Those of you who watch my videos, you might remember that name. It's on Joan or Joan Macdonald. Joan Macdonald. Grandma Josephine. Joan Macdonald is 72 years old. And she's ripped. She also, quote, this is where it gets good, natty or not. She takes a few supplements. Well, like what? Well, to quote her, I take a few supplements like creatine and protein powder and fish oil, but not too much else. So this is code for I'm not going to say everything I'm taking because I don't want to be judged by you. Is she natural? 0% chance do I believe that she is natural. 0. That I believe it. Me. Coach Greg, and today I'm doing a natty or not video. It's not a girl this time. Don't do many of those. This girl is super popular on Instagram. Her name is Stephanie Sanzo. She's from Australia. Not natural thing you could do to your body? Do I think that she's natural? No, she's not natural. What is wrong with people? Why do you think people are all natural? Coach Greg, and today it's all about Jeff C., the #1 most requested video. Is he natural or not? So really, he had to take something. He's not natural here for sure. You can debate with me if he was natural in the other shows. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there's 1 or 2% chance that he was natural there. He is not natural. 0%. Well, I'll put 0.01% chance that he's natural at this point. Coach Greg, and today it's a natty or not video, and it's on Vitruvian physique. It's a fellow Canadian from Ontario. He's natural. He's natural. I fully believe that this guy is natural. If somebody said, bet your life on it, bet the house, I would bet on him being natural, meaning not taking PEDs, no SARMs, and whatever you want to name. Coach Greg, and today it's about Diesel Josh. 374,000 followers on Instagram, super popular, and claims to be all natural. He's about 29 years old, 5'10", 200 pounds. He looks like Arnold a little bit. His body's kind of like Arnold. He is natural. Diesel Josh is, in fact, a natural. Why do so many people think he's enhanced? It's because his biceps and his arms are way out of proportion, ridiculously well built. His arms stand out so much, it's like, wow. So when you see arms like that, you're just blown away. It's shocking. It's like, oh, what am I seeing? No, is he natural? It's one body part, arms. Coach Greg, and today I am going to be doing a natty or not video on Oliver Forslin. I don't know who this guy is personally. I'm not his coach, trainer, his doctor, mathematician, nothing. I have no relation to him. What I'm saying is my own personal opinion, which is only 98 to 99% correct. I wish him the best. Unfortunately, I do not think he's natural. As I said, 98 to 99% of the time, I am right. Coach Greg, in today's video, highly requested natty or not video on joesthetics. Okay? Amazing what a guy can do natural after coming off all those supplements. Because he's not natural! Coach Greg, and today's video is on none other than Layne Norton. We're going to get right into if he's natty or not. If he wasn't enhanced and got to that build, his genetics were not that good in the first place, but he had good genetics. It's another in favor of his being natty, and I'm calling him natty right here. Lifetime natty. Coach Greg, and today it's a natty or not, an analysis of super famous model Jessica Weaver. She's got 8.9 million with an M followers on Instagram. All right, summarize. The girl's natural other than all the enhancements and filler and Botox and all that, but she's totally natural, the rest. Coach Greg, and today I am doing a natty or not video on bakhar nabieva. You're not looking like this natty. Zero chance natty like this. Coach Greg, and today's video is about j-darwish. Or Darwick. He's considered to be the modern day Tarzan. I mean, he looks like Tarzan. He's got crazy long hair. He's extremely good looking. And he's got an incredible body. A number of requests that say, is this guy in fact natural? Okay, so let's get right into this. Is he natural or not? He's natty, okay? The dude is natural and gifted. Coach Greg, and today I'm going to be highlighting a CrossFitter. I've been asked so many times, are CrossFitters really natty? What do you think? And so on. So today we're going to go over Ryan Fisher, okay? He has about 20,000 followers on YouTube and about just under 200,000 on Instagram. Fairly popular. But is he natty? Of course he's not natty. Of course he's not natty. You think he was natty? He's natty now, yeah. But back in the day when he was a superstar, he's not natty. Coach Greg, and today it's a natty or not video on Ryan Dengler. He's an Alpha Elite sponsored athlete, not Gymshark. He's 20 years old, 6'1.5", 225 pounds of pure beefcake. He was 14 years old when he started lifting. Just 14 years old. He did it so that he could become an awesome football player. Not only did he get really good at football, he was really good at baseball, he was really good at basketball, slam dunking, throwing the ball hard. He's just an all-around super amazing athlete. Does his physique look not natural? It doesn't look natural, but he is natural. Just because he doesn't look like he's natural, doesn't look like you could achieve those results, doesn't mean you can't. With the good genetics, you can do it. He did it natural. I'm saying it right here. This guy is natty. 100% natural. No PDs, SARMs, nothing. Zero extra supplements. Creatine, yeah. Whey protein, sure. Nothing out of the ordinary. Coach Greg, and today's video is about Richard Deshawn from the Netherlands. This guy is blowing the internet right now. He's not natural! Come on, people! He's not natural. Coach Greg, and today it's a video on Devin Bernardo. I've had hundreds of natty or not requests on this guy. He is natural. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Arat Husidi. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Arat, I've been following this kid for 4 years. Ever since he was a baby, he was freaking climbing up a wall. Literally, not making this up. The kid's Spider-Man. He's ripped. He can do anything. He's like the best athlete I've ever seen at his age. He's got abs, and he trains like a madman. He does gymnastics. He's doing backflips. He's playing soccer better at 6 than most people at 26. The kid is clearly going places. The question is he natty or is he not? You guys all remember Hercules? That little kid from years ago when I was growing up? He was so small but ripped, and he was guest posing and flexing at all the freaking bodybuilding shows, and he was young. He'll say he's natural. No, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you, the dad, is he natural? Did you, in fact, give him anything? Little kids, you think a 6-year-old can take anabolics? Oh, yeah, I want to take something. They don't even know it exists. Is the parent doing it? You think there are no parents in this world that abuse children? And abuse doesn't have to be slapping someone in the face. It can be anything, giving them unnatural supplements. And I do, in fact, think that this kid is natural. Coach Greg, and today I'm going over popular YouTuber Nick Bare. Nick Bare almost has 500,000 followers on YouTube and 250,000 on Instagram. He's famous for combining endurance sports like running, cycling, and stuff with weightlifting and having a lot of muscle, being in good shape, as well as being a military guy. In 2013, he graduated with a science degree in nutrition. He's a smart guy, hard-working athlete. His motto is very similar to mine. Go one more and embrace the suck. That's his attitude. Go harder than last time. Same thing. He clearly trains hard. He does Ironman, marathons, runs all the time, is bike riding, and he weightlifts. Sounds a lot like Coach Greg. I did triathlons for 13 years, and I currently race on the bicycle, and I lift weights, obviously. Here's the difference. Coach Greg's on HRT. Nick Bare says he's natty. But is he, in fact, natural? Of course he's not natural. And as for the natty or not portion of the video, let's just quickly go over this in 17 seconds or less. So I said Devin Bernardo's natural. His response to me calling him natural is this.
And as for the natty or not part of the video, it's Greg's opinion. Again, it's opinion, not it is what it is. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
That's just Greg's opinion. It is what it is. And that's just Greg's opinion on if I'm natural or not. Of course he's not natural. I got it wrong, way wrong. There's no way you watch this video and respond that way and think he's natural now. He's 100% not natural. He was natural in the past. He's no longer natty. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Turner Ellis, an extremely popular gamer. This guy has 12 million followers on YouTube and over 6 million on Instagram. And guess what? He is freaking jacked. I am saying that I would bet my life, I would bet your life, I would bet all lives on this planet against $1 that he is not natural. There's no way I could be convinced that this is natural. Coach Greg, and today's video is about Jacksepticeye. Tons of people are messaging me saying, hey, do a natty or not? There's no way this guy's natty. You got to check out his before and afters. I think he's natural. I think he's done nothing. Coach Greg, and today it's a natty or not. It's a natty or not on a guy. He's from Sweden. His name is, get this, Samuel Gustav Melvia Strong-Egger. So is this guy natty? I would bet a lot of friggin' money that he's not. Coach Greg, and today the long-awaited video. Simian Panda. Can you believe the moment's finally here? I've been requested to do a natty or not on Simian Panda for over a year straight. It's taken me this long to get to it. Does that make any sense? No, of course he's not natural. Are you freaking kidding me? You think I had to do extensive research? You think I had to look back to when he was 6 and see how he was built and see how he grew over the years and his before and after transformation and videos and what? I looked at him in 1 second, he's not natural. He's not natural. Of course he's not natural. Are you kidding me? Coach Greg, and today it's a natty or not on Zach Perna. Zach Perna's a young guy, but he's not as young anymore. He's 25 years old, but basically he started working out at around 15 years of age. It made an incredible transformation. In fact, it says natural transformation. I don't know if he's 20 when he's making the changes. Is he 15, then 16, 17? Why are you guys watching this? Why are you telling me to watch this video? This is boring. At a minute in, he's not natural. Am I blowing the video right now? Did I blow the video? Hopefully I did. At a minute, he's not natural. Coach Greg, you got to do a video on Juju Mufu. Is he natty or not? We're going to get into all of that. There's 0% chance that he's natural. And I'm rounding up from the negative numbers. Coach Greg, and what in the world's happened in the freaking soccer world? Have you seen the transformations that are going on lately? Blowing my freaking mind is what it's doing. Leon Goretzka. Not Gretzky, Goretzka. I think I might have pronounced it correctly. We'll see. Have you seen the freaking transformation this dude's made? I was like, oh, maybe it's natty, maybe. How many years did it take to do that? 4 months! Are you kidding me? Do you think I need to do research of when he was 12 and look up all the years that he's trained to see if he's natty or not? He's not freaking natural. Coach Greg, and today it's another natty or not video. This time it's on Back Guy. You know Back Guy? He's the guy with the wide back that does a bunch of videos on guys like me. So he recently released a video and it's called Back Guy, 6-year natural transformation, 14 to 20 years old. It's an impressive build and he's natural. Think about it. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Sellout Noah Beck, famous TikToker with almost 14 million followers, 4 million followers on Instagram. He's a sellout. And is he in fact natural? If I had to bet, what would I bet? Bet he's not natural. He has the obvious sign, gynecomastia, in the chest. You can see it's clear as day. Jaden recently posted a picture on Instagram, and I got a number of requests that say, hey, is this natural? And I'm like, who is this? I don't recognize this person. I'm like, that's no, I'm not doing natty or not. What are you guys talking about? And then the messages kept coming in, one after the next. Is he natural? Is he natural? I'm like, who is this? And Jaden Smith, I'm like, I don't know. So I did some research. Will Smith's son. I'm like, okay, the kid is natural. Are you freaking kidding me? What have we come to? Coach Greg, and today we're going to go over, is Paulo Costa natural? Highly requested video. This is an extremely talented UFC fighter. The overall conclusion for me is he's not natural. He failed a PD test. Why did he get a B cup overnight? You think he's natural? Oh, he had it from puberty. No, he developed it over the last 6 months. Why? Because he's not natural, he's on PDs. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Ross Dickerson, 1.4 million followers on Instagram. He only has 100,000 on YouTube, but he has not been posting very much. It's going to be a natty or not. We're going to find out if this dude's natural. Is it possible to get like this natty? 2018 to 2020? Are you kidding me? You think that that's possible natural? Oh, it's muscle memory. Muscle memory if you're on anabolics. Yeah, that's what happened, and that's what happened right here. You doubt me, I'm right 99.7% of the time. Coach Greg, today's video is on Tanner Fox. He recently posted a video saying he put on 15 pounds in 6 weeks. I think he's natural. I just think he's lying about how much weight he gained. I'm looking at it and I'm like, where did the weight go? Coach Greg, and today Jesse James West gets his wish. He wanted me to do a natty or not video on him for months. I finally got around to it, and here it is. You ready for this, Jesse James? Jesse is getting extremely popular and he's natural. I know it's hard to believe, but when you have extremely good genetics, you can do it. Coach Greg, and today's video, it's on Just Merc. I just discovered this Just Merc guy yesterday, and I went through his profile, went through his before and after transformation, and let me tell you, I was impressed. This guy looks freaking amazing. He's extremely good looking. He's only 22 years old, and he only started training at the age of 17. You should see what this guy's accomplished in only 3, 4, 5 years. He has a natural transformation in which he went from no muscle to a specimen of a man in 3 years. He says on his Instagram, natural physique, and he has a natural transformation. But does Coach Greg think he's in fact natural? Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible that Arnold Schwarzenegger himself could come to my house, knock on my door right now and say hi.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, so much for that. Coach Greg, today it's a video about Bryce Hall. Is Bryce Hall natty or is he not natty? I think he's on SARMs. I do. If you made me bet, say, Coach Greg, you have to pick one. Is he or is he not natural? Your life depends on it. Guns in my head, Coach Greg, pick a side. The chances are more in favor that he's not natural. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Lex Little, who isn't so little anymore. Now, is he? He first started lifting weights around the age of 14 or 15, and since then, he's blown up, especially in the legs. I said, well, I'm going to do a natty or not video on you, and you're not natural. And he's like, yeah, well, that's your opinion. You can do what you want. And I said, hey, if you go and do that powerlifting meet and you get drug tested and pass, then that'll change my mind. So Lex Little is literally training for a powerlifting meet. He said, hey, you can wait until after the meet if you want. You can wait till after. You can do it right now. So if Lex Little does the powerlifting meet and gets drug tested, passes, well, I'm going to have to change my story. Unless, of course, he goes to the powerlifting meet and all his lifts go down and he gets weaker, loses size, and then we'll say, hey, what just happened? Why were you big here and now you've lost all your size and strength? That would obviously prove that he's gone natural. I'm proud to hear that he has done the meet, put up the big numbers with no loss in performance, which to me proves he's natural. Some of you are going to think, oh, he just cycled off and the whole thing. You can't prove it to everybody, but for me, in my books, this guy is 100% natural. Coach Greg, in today's video is about Nutty Foodie Fitness, also known as Stephanie Joshi. Yes, got it right. So how is she staying so lean, eating so much? Could she possibly be doing that natural? Yes, of course it's possible. Of course you can do it natural. Coach Greg, and today, the most highly requested female natty or not that I've had in the last 6 months. Stephanie Keone. Stephanie Keone has set over 20 world records in powerlifting. Now, do you know what's the icing on the cake to prove the nail in the coffin to say she's not natty? If she was actually natural. Assume she was. I've heard your whole rant. You're jealous because she lifts more than you and she's better looking and the whole thing. Yeah, I get it. You're going to say that. Of course you are. It's not true. I don't care. It's great that she lifts this. But listen to this. If you're the strongest human being in the world and you're natural lifting in a non-tested event, why wouldn't you go in the drug-tested event and demolish the natural records because you're in fact natural and show the world? Coach Greg, today we're going to find out, is Thomas the Lower natty or is he not natty? If you are in fact 100% natural, why are you not showing LH and FSH and showing that that's in the normal range? Why not? Coach Greg, and today's video is on extremely good-looking men's physique competitor Andre Diu, or Andre DU. Let's imagine this. You were that 15-year-old kid, or you are, and you look at his future, and you found out he did it with PDs. How many of you wouldn't take the PDs if you knew that's the results you could get? Coach Greg, in today's video is on headhunters. His name's Willem. He's actually a musician. He's a DJ.
There's only one thing left for me to do, and that is to surrender to who I really am.
Makes some cool music, huge following. And guess what? He follows Coach Greg. He watches all my videos and learns how to eat. Recently, he posted a transformation. In the before photo, he was a little small, but he was in good shape. He had a six-pack. He was somewhere in the 12% body fat range. In the after photo, he looks like he's a competitive men's physique model. No, I don't think it is. And I think he has, in fact, used PDs to get to that level. But I thought you were going to say he was natural. No, I tell you what I think. I don't sugarcoat it. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Whitney Simons. Whitney Simons. It's on one of those two girls. A lot of people wrote in and say, hey, this girl doesn't know what she's doing in terms of training, and can you critique, and Natty, and all that kind of stuff. She has no signs of using anabolics or any PEDs, okay? None. She looks like she made a reasonable transformation over the period of several years. Not months, not even a few years, several years. Before getting into this, I had a kick out of this. I was reading Tyrone Beckham's Instagram post today. It made me laugh. Let's go look at it. I'll never understand why this is unnatural. It's not like I'm big and ripped, but okay. Yeah, I'm not big and ripped. I'm just 235 pounds of ripped muscle at 5'11". Not like I'm big, you know, I'm a little pipsqueak. You know, I was probably bullied when I was a kid, you know. I can only jump 44 inches off the ground, run under 4.5 for a 40, and bench well over 500 pounds. No, I'm not big and ripped. I'm fat and tiny. I'm skinny fat. If he breaks the world record and proves he's natural, would that in fact enhance his career? Would he make more money from it? Of course it would. So if he in fact cares about having his social media presence, about making money, which clearly he does because he posts on Instagram and YouTube, why doesn't he go for those records? And it would help him immediately. Why? Because he would fail the test. It would hurt his credibility. Remember the video I did on how to be a fake natty? One of the things is be freakishly strong, but don't enter the actual competition. Because if you fail, you're going to look bad. So be strong, be able to break all the records, just don't actually go do it. Coach Greg, and today it's a video about Brandon Carter. He's an ultra-developed, super famous, old-school YouTuber. Close to 800,000 followers and has an amazing physique. If you want to fake being a fake natty, do not pose with your hands above your head. That includes a front double bicep and the thigh nab pose. You do that, you're exposing the gun. Clearly he's not natural, yet he says he's natural. I may have had glutes on my mind as I went through her photos. People wrote in, they say, hey, Coach Greg, do a video on her, she's natty or not. 2-year natural transformation. I totally believe her that it's a natural transformation. People are thinking you can't because look how much better her glutes look. It's genetics. The fat went in the right places. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Serena Abwe. One of those. It's a natty or not video, and she's only 19 years of age. She's a female. Do I in fact think she's natural? Yes, and for several reasons. Coach Greg, and today we're going to talk all about Kali Muscle. If you don't know who that is, then who even are you? Kali Muscle, extremely famous YouTuber. He's a big jack dude. He's also 45 years of age like me. We're going to get into, is he natty? Is it possible he's natty? What does he say about getting abs? Can you get abs as quickly as he says? And can you eat the way he does and still get ripped? Let's start out with, is he in fact natural? Well, he has a very impressive physique, but we first have to look, obviously, at his genetics. So I went way back. His genetics are absolutely ridiculous, redonkulous, better than 99.9% of people. He's got the top level, top tier genetics, okay? Better than mine. He's bigger and leaner than me, and he's my age. But is he in fact natural? Well, he's as natural as Mike O'Hearn. So if you think Mike O'Hearn is natural, Kali Muscle, he's also natural. He's as natural as Mike O'Hearn. I don't need to look at a bunch of pictures and analyze if he trains properly and eats properly and does all this. He's too huge and too ripped to be natural, especially at 45. Well, yes, he in fact has over 1 million subs. I did research. I said, okay, I'm going to do a proper natty or not. I need to know about this guy, young age, middle, older, and what's going on with him, and do I think he's natty or in fact not? And in fact, I was asked, hey, he's 41. Why would he be natural? There's 0% chance that I think he's natural. And guess what? I do in fact think that this Shawn guy is natural. Showed his physique when he was younger. Very impressive physique. He's been continuously training. And unlike Jeff Cavalier, he hasn't continued to improve with age. Okay, he's gotten older, he's gotten leaner, probably from being in a calorie deficit or trying to maintain. He's trying to get leaner, he's not bulking, and he's just improving in terms of definition, but he doesn't have more size, and he's not like freakishly much more developed than he was at a younger age. Simon Miller, I literally, actually, honestly believe that he's natural. Coach Greg, and today another natty or not on Badhij Kadura, WBFF Pro Natural Bodybuilder. I got this request and I've been checking out his videos, and I've got to admit, I'm quite entertained and I'm now subscribed to him, okay? So he's extremely entertaining, and at first glance I thought, no way is this guy natty. And so what am I going to say at last thought? Most of the time, I'm just going to say, the guy's not natural. In this case, I actually believe that he's natural. What that means is if you had a gun to my head, make me choose. Is he natural or not? Life depends on it. I'm saying he's natural. I hope I'm right. Coach Greg, and today I'm going to be reviewing Tristyn Lee. Tristyn Lee is one of the most amazing specimens of a human being that I've ever seen in my life. Today I'm going to go over, is Tristyn Lee natty or not, and what is his body fat percentage, okay? Previously I had done a video, it was called Tristyn Lee, natty or not. And in it, I said he's in fact natural, has over 1 million views. That was a little bit a while ago. And so did I get it wrong? I'm gonna look through the video and comment, and then I'm gonna look through new footage and tell you whether or not I think he's natural. After seeing Tristyn Lee manhandle those dumbbells with ease, 110 pounds, and to do it that easily, while much larger men who are probably not natural don't even lift more than him, including myself, I'm on HRT. Coach Greg, and today another natty or not, okay? I had this request, I checked it out, I was like, oh my God, look at this woman. I had to do a natty or not on her. Her name's Guzman or Guzman or Guzman. So somehow it's one of those three pronunciations. I'm not sure which. 99% of people that look like this, yeah, they're not going to be natural. But remember, some people actually can look like this with the amazing genetics to back it up. She started training at such a young age with great genetics. This is the result. Amazing genetics, years, more than a decade of training, and this is the result of natural lifting. Coach Greg, in today's video is a natty or not on 49-year-old Paul Sklar, okay? Paul Sklar is a former world-class level duathlete with extreme levels of cardiovascular endurance and abilities, okay? 5'8", 170, that's totally realistic. He's totally natural. I believe 100% that he's natural. I would bet on it. I don't doubt him for a second. I think he's an honest guy, and he's given us some hope. This is a natural physique that's attainable if you have amazing genetics and work for it, okay? Don't let age slow you down. You can look amazing at 50. Coach Greg, and today's video is on Rocky Giovanni. She's a famous Instagram and YouTuber, and she has an incredible physique. People have been requesting that I do a natty on her, and so I checked it out. I said, let's see what this girl looks like. So as soon as I saw her channel on Instagram, I'm like, I gotta do a video on this one. That's for sure. Every photo I looked at was crazier than the last one. It's like, oh my goodness, how do people look like this? She's looking the way she wants. Why can't she? Okay. Is it natural? Probably not. Probably not natural to look that way. But if you want to do something to your body to not look natural, why can't you? Coach Greg, and today we're going to go over Claire Thomas. Claire Thomas, extremely popular Instagrammer. She also does things on YouTube. I'm going to let you know, is she natural? Is she not natural, or is she a combination of both? Looks so good here and not so good here, and how come she gained so much muscle, and then it's been a back and forth? And I'm like, cycles on and off, people. This is what I personally believe. I think she's been on PDs for years, and that sometimes she's on them and sometimes she's off of them. It makes sense based on the photo evidence and the fact that she's claiming these things in her captions, okay? I'm not making this up. I'm just saying what she's saying in terms of how much muscle she's put on. I'll let it up to you, okay? If you had a gun to your head and you were forced to decide and your life depended on it, you had to pick one or the other, natural or not natural, what would you think?
Coach Greg, and today we're going to be going over Chris Bumstead's natty or not photo of when he says he was natty. Is he actually natty in the photo? I'm going to let you know what I think. I'm going to go over the comments that were made. I posted his photo on my Instagram wall, and as of right now, there's over 700 comments. People don't know what to think. Was he natural? Was he enhanced at this age? I mean, frankly, when I first looked at his photo, I was like, oh my goodness, was he actually natural at this age? And then I took a further look and I said, yep, he's actually natural.
Coach Greg, and today's video is on Dr. Sunny Andrews. She doesn't look like my doctor. No, she doesn't look like my doctor at all. I've never seen a doctor that looked like this in my lifetime. We're gonna go over and see, is this woman in fact natural? Not many things on this woman look, in fact, natural. And she's probably natural, competing at NPC Nationals, a non-tested physique event. Now listen, I want to make this clear. She is not saying she's natural. She is not that ludicrous to make up a lie that no one would believe. Well, actually, some would believe it because people are stupid morons.
Coach Greg, and today, a natty or not on none other than Will Tennyson. So many people have requested me to do this natty or not video, and so finally I've gotten around to it. He's over 6 feet tall and just over 180 pounds. And you're questioning whether or not he's natural. What do I think? I think Will's 100% natural. Coach Greg, and today, another natty or not. This time on none other than Dylan McKnight. I had a tremendous number of requests asking, do a video on Dylan McKnight, his natty or not transformation. Is it possible? Good for him, good for Dylan. I mean, this is a perfect story. He's gained a significant amount of muscle. Yes, I get it. It doesn't look natural, but consider he has amazing genetics. He was under eating before. He just started training, had newbie gains, and this is 2.5 years later.